is the program right here. And I open it up, and the first thing it does is it asks me for the name of a file to enter. And let's use that nice little file. This one here. This 991 chip. Okay, we're going to open that up. And I'm going to expand this to full screen. Okay. So this is the first thing that pops up, and you can see it's just got a bunch of dots down here. It's a little bit difficult to really figure out what's going on. So what I want Stanley?
Yeah.
See this little slider right here?
Yep.
I want you to slide it to about 25, just 2,500. Just click right there, 2,500. Okay, and now stop moving it long enough and let it catch up with you.
I didn't know. I didn't quite. I got 2507, but.
Yeah. What will happen when you move that is you can't get it really exact. If you want it exactly, you go over here and you just type into this box right here. Is how you get it exact if you want it. But the slider gets you close enough.
Oh, cool. I didn't see that. All right.
So, see where the spikes are here?
Yep.
Okay. So, now, go ahead and click to about 5,000. Just click your mouse right there. Okay, and stop and wait and let it catch up. It's now running the transform. And there's the new value. Now click on about 7,500, which is much, much wider filter. And there's the results. And it's just that easy to operate. Now, say for the sake of argument that we wanted to actually save all those data points that make up this graph, I figure there's a couple things we want to do. One is we'd like to save the data that we've just generated. And that's done by coming down here and clicking on Save Data. So why don't you go ahead and click on Save Data. And it comes up here and it says, here's the data, and you give it a file name, and you type it in there. And lo and behold, now you've saved all of the data points that constitute this graph. Okay? Now, if we want to actually save an image of this graph, go up here. See up here at the top where it says Save Data?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna have to change the name of that. We named that wrong. We'll probably call that Save Image. So click on where it says up there, Save Data up there. Okay? Now we have just the graph.
Cool.
And now if you come down here and you say Save Data right here, go ahead and click on Save Data. Now, you're actually going to be saving a JPEG of that. And that's how we actually get the image files that show our graphical results. So it's set up to make these images so that you can drop them right into publications if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's about all this. There's some other things up here. These are things that are kind of going on behind the scenes. This shows that this is the actual data that came in, the ones and zeros that are coming in.
Yeah.
And this shows
the window.
18 counts on position 1. Position 2 has 17 counts, and you can go through this whole thing, and you can actually go through literally all 64,000 bits and see how many counts there are at each one.
Yeah.
It's not useful for you, but we need this. This is kind of really how we generate that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is our raw data that comes in, and what we do is we take this file that I'm sure you've seen before. It comes in, we get rid of these zeros out here, and we take just this portion of the data, we get rid of everything else, and we bring it down into here, and this is what we actually start operating on in the system.
Sure.
Up here is where we change the number of lines of these that come in, and the number of elements. We may want to make this into like a radio button on the first page here that says, how big is the memory? Is it this size, that size, so that's because we don't have a lot of choices on that.
Yeah.
So, so basically, these two screens here are the screens that are of interest to you, and what you will be doing is you'll load in data, and you'll choose a filter size that you feel is appropriate for getting the data out of there.
Well, okay, and that's an interesting question. So, how do you define appropriate? What's visually most indicative?
Yes, because we don't. There's several things we don't know, and this is a little bit like you've used a spectrum analyzer on an audio tone. Sure. And
why isn't it? I'm doing something wrong. It's not recomputing, or I'm in the wrong window.
Let's see if I can down here. I think maybe we hit stop here. So